Haven't made a video in like over a week. Feels like a long time. Has it been 2 weeks? I drank a lot of coffee today. I've already, I was gonna film a video earlier last week, and I kind of made a beat, but I scrapped it because I got sidetracked and I went and did something else. I finished this beat last week. Hold on. Okay, so I started the video last week, didn't finish it, but here's the beat that I made out of it. So here's the beat. This video, I'm going to explain how I got started. We're gonna explain how I got started while making a beat using stems, because I've used the stem feature in this device one time, but there's a lot of features inside the Live 2 that I've never used, and I felt like stems was one of those features that came out and I was like, oh. So today I'm gonna explain how I got started, how it all started, how I got to this point in my life. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, shout out to Sweetwater. I did a video with Sweetwater yesterday. I'm really hyped on that. I did a little DJ promo video for him. But today's goal is I'm gonna use the stem features in the Live 2. Stems, you put a track inside of stems and it will take out the drums, the bass, the vocals, and other. So it will separate things for you so you can like use them individually. Okay, I think I found a sample I need. I'm gonna hit stems, hit do it, and I think it's gonna take a long time. Right now it's processing, but while it's processing, I can explain. A couple people asked me like how I got started making beats. I started off playing bass in a punk rock band for years and years and years and years, which is pretty fun. It was good. I have a bass guitar right there that's really beat up. I probably should get another guitar. Then something happened where we couldn't play the main bar in town, where I couldn't. I got kicked out of the bar. So then I walked down to another bar. Then I heard electronic music. So in between like not playing in the band, and the game that got me started making beats was, okay, so this is the game that got started me making beats, right? Called Beaterator. It's Timberland's Beaterator. Very good game. So the stems are done separating right now. A mini story time beat making session. That's what this is. And I also, weird side note, I lost my license. So I was taking a bus a lot. So while I was taking the bus, I was on the bus with this thing, making like, this is when dubstep was like big. I was making like dark dubstep beats on the bus with this thing, which I kind of made a lot of them, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. Taking the bus somewhere, it took like an hour to get anywhere. So sitting on the bus forced me to make weird little beats, and I had no expectations of, when you have no expectations and you just like something, you just make it, and it just kind of works. Right now, the stems are separated in 4 parts. Here are the drums. Let's see how the drums sound. Other, this is other. So it separates it in drums, bass, other, and vocals. So we're at other. It's separated something. It's definitely other. Vocals, there's literally no vocals in here. I'm gonna try to stick to my guns and complete something out of these stems. And another thing is, I haven't made a sample beat on this in a long time. I've been using this MPC sample for like, since it came out. And I haven't made a sampled beat on the Live 2. And it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to have a giant color screen. The second part of my little story. When I started making beats, I started off on a PSP first. Then I had a friend give me a cracked version of FL Studio. It was called Fruity Loops back then. Then I ended up getting I got a Machine Micro for quite some time. Then I had a Machine MK2. Yeah, the MK had the white one. That was the one where I made the most beats at. I had the MK2, the white one. That looked so good. I'm put it on the screen somewhere. That Machine MK2 was like where I was like, all right. Once I had like a device that was like not a cracked version of nothing, everything was updating, everything was working. That was really fun because I was hands-on. Sick. I'm getting nowhere. Let me get somewhere with this beat. I'll continue the story in a minute. We're working with it. We're working with it. Haven't really used stems like I explained 5 times already. But after the Machine MK2, the white one, I had that for at least a year or two. So that really helped me develop like, I made a lot of like deep, dark beats off that. Either way, I had that machine. That was like game changing. That was the one. I love that machine. But I always always made beats outside, and I always had to take a laptop with it. I was like, man, it'd be amazing if they made something all in one. I need an all in one unit. Something just all in one. It'd be nice. So I had the MK3 machine for a long time. I kept seeing the live one pop up. And I just liked how it was just like one box and no cables. And I was like, dang. I was like, it's going to take a lot for me to sell my machine live, or it was going to take a lot for me to sell my machine. I want a live one. I want an OG live one. Then Guitar Center had one, so I drove 2 hours away. Then that was my first MPC. The live one was my first. When I get something, I stick with it for a while. And I've had an SP404 in between there, here and there. Then my friend Tony, shout out to Tony, and we were making beats together. And I went over his house, and the Live 2 Retro just dropped. I was like, that looks nice, but I don't need it here. So I took my Live 1 over there, went to his house. As soon as I seen the Live 2 Retro, I was just like, oh my God. Like, it just looks so good. It still looks good to this day. It just looks so good. I was like, dude, now I need one. Now I need a Live 2. The main thing I hated about the MPC Live 1 was the volume button. I messed with the volume button nonstop. The volume button was in the back for the Live 1. I'm like, why? Who put that over there? And I was like, you know what? It's time. Buying something brand new. I ordered it from Zounds, and it took like 2 months to get to me. But when I got it, I'm gonna show you the box. I'm gonna show you the box as if you can't just see the machine right in front of you. Something about getting gear out of the box. I could see why people are addicted to buying gear. Cause the unboxing part and I'm weird. The smell, I'm weird. I like the smell of stuff. All right, okay, sue me. So when I pull this puppy out the box, look at this box. Just the box alone look at this. I'm getting very sidetracked here, but I don't care. So here we are today. I've had this for about, when did this thing come out? I'm gonna say 5 years. I'm just gonna throw a number out there. 4 or 5 years. I've had this thing for over 5 years, and I still they still update this machine a lot. So with the Live 3 out retro, I haven't seen one in person. I haven't seen a retro one in person. And from the online photos, I don't think it's really hitting like that. Cause the buttons are black, dude. Like, why are the buttons black? It looks like somebody put a skin over it. Like, it bugged me enough that these knobs weren't the same color. So even with the Live 2, it bugged me that the knobs weren't the same color. So I went on npcstuff.com and I bought gray knobs. Look at these. If it focuses, it does. But I got gray knobs from a MPC 2000 to replace the knobs, and they wouldn't fit, and I ended up drilling them out. They're not touch sensitive, all this stuff. Yeah, This is my gear journey. I explained the whole story. I rambled on for a while. Okay, I think I got the second sequence down. But I'm curious, what's the first piece of gear that like really like kicked it off? Not started with, but the first piece of gear where you're like, whoa, this is the one. It's like your first like love or something. You know what I mean? Like your first like, you're like, okay, making beats is pretty sick. Not the first gear, because you may not have that one. But what's the first piece of gear that really like set it off? Tell me. I'm curious. In the comments, tell me. What's the first piece of gear that really kicked it off? All right, I think that's the beat. I use my stems separation. Not really the best. Maybe it was the sample I used wasn't really the traditional, like nothing was really clear. But I'm using features on here that I haven't used. I'm not gonna buy new gear. I'm gonna use what's on here until I run into a wall. Okay, I made the beat. Let's go, I guess. I got a beat tape called More Lights. It's going to be in the description. Shout out to Sweetwater. I got a very exclusive video with them coming soon. I was the first one to use a certain device in their studio. Top secret stuff. I'm pretty hype on the Sweetwater. Shout out to Luke for the hookup. Thanks for the gear. I will see you next time. All right, that's it. Bye. Bye-bye.